Hey, Wendy, how are you?
Hi, Char. Good to be with you.
Well, I'm here with Wendy. She's one of my dearest friends, and I am so proud of this woman right here because she is an amazing businesswoman.
Thank you.
And how long have you been in business?
Well, with the current company that I help support, 22 years.
22 years. And what was you had a very strong business background before that then too.
I did. I had a failed business, and that helped me learn a lot for the next one, what not to do.
What do you think about business failure?
It happens with poor planning. Yeah.
Poor planning. Okay. Well, I have to say I'm working as a business consultant with Wendy here, and we've just had an amazing couple of days. I must say, we first started talking, well, every time we get together, we talk about business.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We talk about the women's stuff. We talk about being together as women. How about that? That's a little too high. But most of the time we get into business talk, right?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite subjects.
Supporting other women in business predominantly.
Absolutely.
Right. So what we've been working on is called Standard Operating Procedures, or SOPs. So I have a couple of questions for you for your insight. And the thing that I find kind of interesting is we actually started talking about AI when Wendy and I were talking about our Airbnbs and our rentals, and we were talking about creating welcome books. So I think it was only, 6 months ago or less than a year ago, we were talking about the utilization of welcome books. And I said, hey, did you know we can use something called ChatGPT and come up with a welcome book? And she was like, oh, this is so cool. So that's when we started playing around with AI, right?
Yeah.
But now, fast forward all these months later, we realized we need to leverage the AI resource tool, and we've been working on SOPs. So I would like to ask you a question, Wendy. So how do you think well-documented SOPs change the way your business continues to operate and evolve after you step back and scale up?
Well, I've taken a look at this, and I had a hard time getting started, but what I've really decided, due to a health event, we had a temporary closure of our company, and what I've realized is documentation is so important, even at a small scale, because I couldn't even get into my husband's computer to continue some work when he was in the hospital. So it's critical. It's absolutely critical. And the second point of this is that we're looking for retirement, how to sell the company, and I had to take a hard look at what we weren't doing in the company, because if you can't run your company without the main person involved, you haven't documented enough.
Right. And so what parts of your day-to-day decision-making or creative processes feel most at risk of being lost if they aren't written down, and why?
Oh, definitely passwords. And everybody struggles with this, but that led me into the SOPs and the getting our operating procedures together, because at some point everybody retires, or your business is going to be inherited or sold, and so I just felt like I wanted to move ahead with that preparation no matter what decision was going to be made, because I started thinking about, if it goes to a family member, even that family member doesn't know the intricacies of your business, and but passwords is a good place to start.
Yeah, I think I counted the other day, if you literally write down, I had over 120 different passwords.
Yeah.
Do you even use online tools to track your passwords, or mainly just your book? I think you have a book.
I have a paper book, because I don't want a company like that being hacked in, and of course you can never remember like an 18 character passcode. So I like to start with the old paper copy, even though it's a little archaic, just because of the risk of putting data on the cloud, putting data on your systems, getting hacked. I've kind of gone backwards and gone back to paper on that.
You can go a whole week trying to figure out your passwords, right? Speaking of, there's your phone.
Absolutely.
Okay, so another question for you. With AI tools able to automate and augmented tasks, which documented processes would you prioritize converting into AI-ready workflows first, and what outcomes would that enable?
Ooh, that's a lot to chew on, but
so AI tools
okay,
to help you automate and augment tasks.
Okay, so I had taken some of the AI knowledge that you and I kind of explored together, and you taught me, hey, just go start using this. And, I speak into my phone a lot and I ask a lot of questions, because if there's something I've overlooked, AI has really helped me to explore what I need to do. So then I found out, I started automating smaller tasks. Just like I need a project tracking sheet for each client. So after I do the invoice, instead of having to re-enter all the data into a separate form that I didn't have filled out, and you don't have anything like that in QuickBooks, now I get ready to print my invoice and I cut and paste all the information into Copilot, and I ask it, hey, make me a project tracking sheet. So that helps me just save several minutes on the front end of every client. So then I went off into other avenues, but it's getting easier and easier. I did the same thing to research a platform that would help me with these standard operating procedures. And you just go down the rat trail and you just start nibbling on the cheese to get the whole project done. And I'm not all the way done with my SOPs, as you know, but
it's a little like Swiss cheese at the moment,
yes,
but it's coming together.
It really is coming together, and it's coming together a lot more easily than I thought, because the AI tools out there are amazing about what data they can bring forth and suggestions, and then you just kind of modify it to your own needs.
So it doesn't seem like you're intimidated or fearful of AI at this point. You're actually seeing it as a resource to only enhance your business operations,
Yes.
and you think it's really helped you make improvements.
Huge.
And what do you think about folks that just say, I hate AI, I'm never going to use it, and let's just bury my head in the sand? What do you think a small business owner that has that attitude, why do you think they should embrace AI to a certain degree?
Well, I think that's a danger zone that they're going to have to get over. And just like in the old days, 20, 30 years ago, you would hear if you don't have a website, you're not going to be in business. And look how true that has become in the last 30 years. As the internet's grown, it's an absolute necessity to have a web page. That's kind of how I view AI. It's going to become an absolute necessity. And for a small business owner, we wear 30 different hats. This is a big hat to put on to help you streamline your processes. It's just helped me become more organized, and it eliminates some of the tasks that I need to do. It makes them quicker and more simple. So I think I'm more effective as a business owner.
I think so, because again, when I was talking about Wendy and I having all these conversations about business before, we would often just go on, as I guess women do. We have a way of going down, I call it the branches of the tree. You got the dialogue, and then we go on all these branches. However, we're like, we need to get this all wrapped up and put together in some kind of outline, and then what could we do with that? So I think between the two of us being thought partners and coming up with utilizing AI, you can type some stuff down on your SOPs, then we say, okay, let's go into our AI Copilot, ChatGPT, whatever, come up with some better wording, come up with some stats, some dates, some information. And in the end, your product, your SOP product, is going to be far more robust, right?
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
AI provided a template and an outline to start, and that would have taken me, hours probably to think of all that and think of everything that I needed.
Because you've been thinking about putting this together for years,
right?
And then finally to take action.
Literally, I'd say 5 years, and then I had selected someone to help us, assist us, and support us in coming up with a pitch book, and they wanted maybe 20% of the sales price. And really, I think their value add was doing this 20, 30-page pitch book all about your small business and how to sell it and pitch it to a buyer.
Right.
And now I'm doing that on myself, well, with your help.
With a thought partner, right.
Yeah, but
or a
you
business
know,
consultant, right.
you know, it's not so convoluted and expensive, because that's another challenge for small business, is being able to afford the tools you need.
Right. Well, we're going to wrap this up today, and in our next video, we're going to have some more conversation about this fabulous business owner. I admire you so much.
Thanks,
I really
Char.
do. You're an inspiration. So until next time, we'll talk then.
Keep your business going.
Yes.